Hi, and welcome to another Hacks and Facts with Skills Canada Alberta. I'm Luke Harden with the Alberta Carpenters Training Center. Today I'm going to be showing you a few hacks and facts with a tape measure and how to correctly mark material that you're going to prepare to cut. So now I'm going to show you how to use a tape measure properly. Also, explain a few of the different markings that are on a tape measure and how to measure different dimensions properly. On this tape measure, we have an imperial scale that is feet, inches, and fractions of an inch. And on the bottom, we have the metric scale, which is millimeters, centimeters, and meters. We use both in construction, so using both properly is very important. Now, on every tape measure, the tang or the hook moves. This is a design feature enabling you to measure different dimensions, whether by pulling your tape measure or, if you need to, by butting into something, you can get a much accurate measurement with the tang moving. So now that we know how to use the tape measure and what the different features of them are, we're going to use it to measure a dimension on some material and make some marks for future use. We hook our tape on the end of the material, and as again, the tang moves so that we can accurately measure. I'm going to make a mark at 1 foot. My pencil is right on the line, and I make a mark that I can see. Similarly to marking the imperial scale on the top of your tape, when you want to use the metric scale, we'll measure on the bottom. I'm going to mark a measurement 300 millimeters from the end. I come to my 300, and I make a mark that I can see. Sometimes we need to make multiple measurements of the same dimension. That's where a story pole comes in handy. We mark out the dimension on a piece of material that we are going to reuse. Here I've already marked out measurements in 200 millimeter increments. I'm going to use this story pole to transfer to another piece of material simply by lining up each end of the material, using the marks on my story pole just to transfer each one to the material that I will be using. Lastly, one more hack with the tape measure is knowing the different symbols that are identifying common measurements we use in construction. For instance, on the imperial scale, each foot is outlined with a black arrow. Also, when it comes to framing, common stud spacing are also measured. Here we see 16 inches is highlighted with a red square. And lastly, a rare one, but one that is very handy, is every mark here with a black diamond represents 19.2 inches. Why this is important is because it saves material over longer distances.